By now you're familiar with Syndicate's extremely popular vintage bottle collection. Today we're going to introduce you to the cafe and vintage jar collection.
And I'm going to show you some inspiring ways you can use them. I'm Derek Woodruff.
And I'm Millie Eggert. Welcome to Syndicate Studios. So Derek, I know that you've used our vintage bottles a lot in your store and your event work.
I have.
So what do you think about our new vintage jars and cafe collection?
Oh, I think they're going to be great in addition to the bottles as a collection as a whole. I mean, the colors are great and they're going to lend themselves well when used together.
I love how all the colors are displayed right now, used all together. When you order, you get a solid pack though.
Right, and they're available in these 6 great colors: green, blue, purple, pink, amber, and clear.
And the cafe collection has the same color variation with an addition to the white, which is very reminiscent of milk glass.
Yes, which is very popular right now.
And also the cafe collection has 4 different textures, which I think is really fun. What are you going to design for us today?
Well, what I love about the jars is they're used as a decorative container, but also as a utility purpose. So what I would like to do is design a bridal bouquet that can be displayed in one of our vintage jars here. So I've chosen to work with the pink jars for no other reason other than they're pretty.
I like the pink jars. They're kind of a rosy color instead of bright.
It is, and that's what keeps it vintage looking, I think. So what I'm making today is a bride's bouquet. Just a simple hand-tied bouquet of white roses. And when I deliver bouquets to a wedding, I always like to bring them in a vessel. And usually it's just a clear cylinder base. But for a vintage wedding, it can be a jar. So I'm going to use the jar as a vessel to hold my bouquet.
All right, so I've seen that idea used a lot, like in magazines and stuff. And I think it's a great repurpose of the bouquet to use at the reception or anytime afterwards to just pop it in a jar. I think it's great.
Exactly. And with the pink, it's going to accent the bouquet nicely, and also the bridesmaid's bouquet.
So we're using it as just a vessel to hold something today. So how else would you use a jar like this?
Well, we've used the bottles in the past with just single flowers or stems of greenery in collections, and the same could be used with the jars. Now we could put an arrangement in the jar or just a couple of blossoms with some greenery and put them in a collection on the table as well. So the idea here is that we're using or repurposing our bridesmaids bouquets as the table centerpiece for the head table at the wedding. It's a very popular thing right now to repurpose as much as possible from the ceremony to the reception.
Right, it saves a lot of money too. And I also like too with these vintage collections that it brings the color, the container does, rather than the flowers.
Exactly.
Derek, another use that I've seen for these is filling them with different things, whether it's sand or shells or wrapped candies. I think it's a great way just to incorporate more of the wedding theme. So what do you think of our new product?
Well, I love it because I can use it in a way that I would use ribbon, but it actually sticks to itself when you pull it taut.
And I see that you tore it really easily.
It did. It tears really nicely. I don't even need scissors.
That's great. And it just sticks to itself.
Yep.
Ah, it makes a nice comfortable handle for the bride as well.
Exactly. So now I have my vessel to hold my bride's bouquet. And as I mentioned earlier, we can bring in the bridesmaid's bouquet to add to the head table centerpiece.
Okay.
And what's trending now in floral design is using different flowers in each bridesmaid's bouquet.
I like that, so everybody can have their distinct look, but it all goes together.
And looks very nice in the pink jars.
It does.
So after I have my bridesmaids bouquets on the head table, what I would do to dress it up is add rose petals.
I want to do this part. And again, a pink, and so that it all flows together. It's been a while since I've been a flower girl.
And since we're adding layers to our centerpiece, we might as well add candles as well.
Great, I love this. So now let's incorporate the whole collection.
Good idea.
So I'll bring some pink cafe vases over.
Some vintage bottles.
Still sticking with the pink, I like it.
Of course.
I love it, and it incorporates the whole collection, and it's beautiful.